We're watching Tilray shares today. They're trading near a record low, and that's after the cannabis and alcohol company's EBITDA missed estimates. Revenue did rise by 13% year over year. That, too, was shy of some forecasts. One potential ray of sunshine on the horizon, the changing political winds and legislative approach to marijuana in the United States. For more, we're bringing in the CEO of Tilray, Irwin Simon. Irwin, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Good to see you, Julie. Good afternoon.
So, as I mentioned, we saw sales rise 13% year over year, but compared with what analysts were expecting, it fell short. And it fell short whether we're talking about cannabis, whether we're talking about some of your growing beverage brands. Can you talk me through what happened there?
So, Julie, there's lots of sunshine, and we give yearly guidance, not quarterly guidance. And we don't give, EBITDA guidance. So with that, from a standpoint in regards to our forecasting and budget, growing 13%, our cannabis business ultimately we focused on margin and profitability. And in regards to our beverage business, we grew over 139% there with the acquisition of the ABI. The Molson Coors deal is not in there. And in regards to Europe, since Germany announced their new regulation, our flower sales are up over 50%. So yes, you come back and say there's analyst expectations out there, but there's seasonality within the business. There's timing on new product rollout. And, we don't run it quarter to quarter. We look at it from a year standpoint and, timing from our expectations and analyst expectations may not be the right time.
When I take that point, I just want to dig into beverage alcohol a bit more because $56 million. Street was closer to earn to about $65 million. The gap there, I'm just curious. I appreciate your point. You don't run it quarter to quarter, but do you think there were maybe just puts and takes there that analysts had not appropriately factored in when they did their modeling?
Well, I'm not sure they didn't factor in that Molson Coors deal would have closed. We didn't close on that until September, so that is in this quarter. And maybe, they factored in regards to some of our new product launches. And again, there is timing in every business. There's seasonality here and also about the rollout. And, some of that is you're looking at IRR numbers, you're looking at Nielsen numbers, where it's not included is on premise. So, I come back and I look at this here. For the fifth year in a row, we've been, from an EBITDA standpoint, adjusted EBITDA positive. The company's got a strong balance sheet. And if you come back and look at Tilray today and look at it from where we came from being, a $50 million business to guidance out there to be between $950 and $1 billion. Listen, we own 44 great brands today. We're diversified in recreational cannabis in Canada and medical cannabis. We're number one in recreational cannabis in Canada, probably number two in medical. We're the fifth largest craft brewer today in the U.S., and that's only since 2020. We have a good beverage, a good spirits business in regards to our Breckenridge, bourbons, vodka, and gin, and we're the number one medical cannabis, in Europe. So yes, hey, we've come a long way. We got a strong balance sheet, and we're ultimately don't sell any cannabis within the U.S. because cannabis is not legal in the U.S. And there's lots of expectations in regards to both presidential candidates. But just think where Tilray has diversified this company, has 44 great brands. We have 20 manufacturing facilities, and we're in unique businesses that are changing tremendously. The beer business is a $100 billion category of the craft brewery business. The cannabis business today in the U.S. is a $45 billion industry, and we don't even, participate in it.
So, Irwin, so let's talk about that then for a moment, because I was struck by the statement that you made in your earnings release where you said you did believe there was a greater likelihood that the presidential election could result in some improved regulation for your industry. The last time we talked, you did not sound quite so optimistic. What's changed, and how do you think it's going to look a year from now?
So, Julie, since then, both presidential candidates come out and said, we think it's time for legalization from a federal manner in some way. So when I spoke to you a month ago or 2 months ago, Neither candidate came out and comment on it, so which is good. The other thing is in December, early December this year, they will be looking at rescheduling, which ultimately something needs to happen. But something needs to happen in the cannabis industry. You know, it's legal from a recreational standpoint in 27 states. It's legal from medical in 35 states. You know, over 75%, of citizens want cannabis legal. So something's got to change there. And you come back and think about it. It's potentially a $45 billion industry by 2027. Look at the tax dollars that are being given up in the cannabis industry. And look at the regulation that should come into place. Listen, there's products coming in that are cut with fentanyl or grown, with pesticides, et cetera. So something has to happen. But the big thing is this here, come back and focus on Tilray. What Tilray did as a company, we diversified this company with the adjacencies. And you're right, we're not just a cannabis company today. We are a consumer packaged goods company with great brands in great categories that we think we can take share. Listen, my whole thing is how do we make beer fun again? We've introduced non-alc beer, which is a great growing category. Right. We've just introduced Delta 9 products that are infused with hemp THC products that will give you some good energy and a little buzz. We've come out with a product called Liquid Love, which is a great water. So, and we're looking at some unique products out there with our Montauk, with our Sweetwater, with our 10-barrel products. So, I come back, yes, it will change a lot if cannabis legalizes in the U.S., but if it doesn't, we're well positioned for some good growth within Tilray Beverages and Tilray Brands.
Once a merchandiser, always a merchandiser, Irwin Simon. And your new shot did not go unnoticed by me, by the way. Thanks so much for joining us. It's always good to see you.
Thank you very much, and nice to see you guys.
Thank you.